What is up, everybody? Mike here. We are doing a driving vlog today in the Hellcat. It's a beautiful day here in November, and what a better day to drive. I wanted to talk a little bit today about a question that I get quite a bit on the channel, which is, what do I think of the new Camaro? A lot of people ask me this, I guess maybe because I have a Corvette or now because I have a Challenger, and it's definitely my type of thing. I like the new Camaro. I like the older Camaros as well, and Mustangs and everything like that. The new Camaro, I will be honest right off the bat and say that when the new Camaro was released, I didn't really like it. I wasn't really, it's not that it's bad looking, but I just feel like it looks a lot like the 5th gen Camaro. And I feel like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity to make it really different. It's a revolutionary design instead of an evolutionary design. But again, that's not to say that it's a bad looking car. Pretty similar to the way I felt about the Mustang as well. When that first came out, the new Mustang for 2015, I didn't really like it that much. I thought that the 2013 and 2014 Mustangs were absolutely perfect. And so, anything going away from that design, I felt like just wasn't for me. But overall, I've warmed up to it a lot. I still think that honestly the 13 and 14 Mustang looks better than the 15, but the 15 has really grown on me and looks great, especially the one instance where I will say it looks better now is in the GT350. That car looks amazing, and especially the GT350R. That car is just incredible, and it goes to show you that the new Mustang certainly can look really, really good when it's designed, just when it has some subtle changes that just change the whole look of the car. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. But as far as the Mustang is concerned, Ford, I think, didn't do the right thing. I think that making the car heavier was a big mistake, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. Also, the power thing, I think that's fine. I'm not really going to knock it for that. I think the new Mustang only has like 10 more horsepower than the old Mustang. But that doesn't really bother me. I think that 430 horsepower is plenty, and I think that it's more so in the design of the car where that power is going to really shine, more so than just having a bigger number. So that part doesn't really bother me. Like I said, the only thing that I don't like what Ford did is the fact that the new Mustang is heavier. I think that was a big mistake and a missed opportunity, because the new Camaro is lighter. So as much as I don't really, I hesitate to say that I don't like the design of the new Camaro, because I do. I think it's a good looking car, like I said. It just, to me right now, it doesn't look quite different enough. It doesn't look aggressive enough. It looks a lot like the outgoing car. So we'll see. I have seen some spy photos of the new ZL1, however, and much like the Shelby GT350, I think that the Camaro ZL1 looks really good and a lot better than the regular Camaro. So this could just be an instance of, the regular car doesn't really blow you away, but then the special edition cars are going to look great, much like the current Camaro. The 5th gen Camaro looks good, but to be honest, next to a Z28, it doesn't look like, it looks like crap. It just, not that it looks like crap, but it just, the Z28 looks incredible. And, next to a normal Camaro, it really stands out. So I'm sure that over time I'll warm up to the design of the new Camaro. I just wish it would have been a little bit different. I think that, like I said, it just doesn't really blow me away. Like when I saw the design for the Corvette C7, I was blown away immediately, and I fell in love with it right away. I thought that looks incredible. The Camaro, it doesn't really get me that excited. It doesn't really strike me as just saying, wow, that looks awesome. But I'm sure as time goes on, I'll warm up to it as well. The one thing that, like I was touching on earlier, that I think that Chevrolet did absolutely right with this car is the fact that they made it lighter. They focused on the chassis, they focused on the suspension, they focused on making the car lighter to make it a better driving experience. Please back up, you're in the middle of the road. Yeah, so I think that that's awesome. I think the fact that they made it lighter is a huge thing. That was one of the main complaints with the old Camaro, was how heavy it was, and the fact that they're making steps to make that better is awesome. I think that's really going to shine in this car, especially with knowing how good the platforms of the ATS-V and everything on the Cadillac side is. I'm really excited to see how good of a driver's car this new Camaro is. And this month's edition of Motor Trend, or Car and Driver, whichever one it is, I forget, has a comparison between the 16 Camaro and the 16 Mustang, which is the same as the 15 Mustang. But anyway, really excited to see what that article's about and to see what they have to say about it. One area of design where the new Camaro does shine, however, is the interior, which was a sore point for a lot of people. With the old car, I think Chevrolet did an awesome job looking at the new interior. I think that looks awesome. The materials look really really good. If the C7 Corvette is any indication, the interior for the new Camaro will be really good, and the fit and finish will be great as well. So that's one area of design that I really like, and not just the material quality and the fit and finish, also the design of the interior I like a lot. I think it's a little bit better than the old car. It looks a little bit more practical. Nice Challenger there on the left, SRT in orange. I like that color. So yeah, the interior I think of the new Camaro is going to be a really good high point. I think that's going to be awesome. The only other negative thing I think about the new Camaro is the price. Is that to me, I think it needs to be the same price as the Mustang, and it's a little bit more expensive. So you know, that's just my opinion. I think that it should be a little bit less expensive. I mean, if I was comparing them, if I was just a person who didn't really care about cars, and I was just from a purely statistical standpoint looking at the Mustang and the Camaro, I don't know if I would be able to justify spending a few $1,000s more on the Camaro. The other thing I do like though about the new Camaro is the fact that it goes by the old formula, where you would think the smallest engine is kind of the cheapest. So the turbocharged 4-cylinder Camaro coming out is the cheapest, the V6 is the mid-range model, and then the V8 is the top model. Ford having the V6 be the lowest model and then the EcoBoost be the middle model, I don't know. I think it remains to be seen. I think that it's smart from a standpoint, because I think more people are going to opt for the EcoBoost that way. And, you know, having driven the EcoBoost, Super WX fans car, I have to say, it is awesome. You know, it is really good. So I hope that the new Camaro can compete with that. I know that Ford does the whole 4-cylinder turbocharged EcoBoost thing, like the whole turbocharging thing. They do that really well. They've done it in a lot of cars. Chevrolet, however, not really. I don't really have any indication of whether they're good at it or not. So we'll have to see. I think it will be tough for them to compete with the Ford EcoBoost, and I think that's maybe why they've changed the model range a little bit and you know, they're keeping the V6 as the mid-range car and not the base model car, and switching it with the 4-cylinder. So with all those things in mind, the new Camaro I think is going to be a good car, an overall really good car, but I'm excited to see, you know, what they're going to do with it, the special edition models. You know, that's what's really going to get me excited as far as the new Camaro goes. I'm not gonna get out of bed for the regular Camaro, but for some of the special editions with the ZL1 that should be coming out soon, cannot wait to see that. So anyway, those are kind of my thoughts on the new Camaro. Overall, great car, and I think the new Mustang is a great car. It's going to be an awesome pony car war. You know, we're living in great times. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Always appreciated. Take care. Have a great day.